Y'all, our RV is so disgusting. Let me show you why. I don't even know if I want to sit on this bench. It feels gritty and stuff. And I hope y'all can tell. I'm gonna move this mat out of the way. Do you see all this nastiness on our table? This is sand. We're in Santa Fe. We have had wind gusts up to 48 miles per hour blowing this stuff in. I mean, when you live in an RV, it gets into like every nook and cranny. Let me see if I can lift this up so you can see the window. So the sun's kind of glaring in the video, but let me just run my finger through. Can you hear it? Ugh. That's it on my finger. Matthew has been dying to get this clean, so we're gonna clean this. But let's show you upstairs. It's not just here in the kitchen, it is upstairs too. Alright y'all, now we're in the bedroom, and this is our, what we call our dresser, where we have our TV and stuff. Now a lot of times we had this window open, but we didn't have it open yesterday when the wind gusts were up to 48. But do you see all of this dirt? Let me see if I can run my finger through this part. It's just so gross. Can't wait to clean it. So we have had the windows open because it's been warm, but not every window. In fact, our east to west windows right there, we even have dirt on our nightstands over there, and those windows were closed because an RV is not sealed tight, and Matthew's just jumping at the bits to get this clean.
So every single surface in this RV needs to be cleaned, and it's kind of like when we were in Quartzsite, you know, in the actual desert. We're not in the desert anymore, but you saw how dirty it was. So let me just try this. It's a wet paper towel. Do you see the difference? Ooh, that's just one pass. This is, oh, and it's even shoving it off onto the bench. This is gonna take a while to clean, y'all. When I dry it, even when I do the wet paper towel, you see when I dry it, I still have sand on there. This is gonna take a while to clean, all because we didn't have our AC running because we're boondocking. If you see a dust storm and there's even dirt or anything around here, we've had to run real quick and close our windows a few times because you couldn't see through that dust storm coming at you. So, real life boondocking in an RV. It gets dirty.
Y'all, look at that paper towel. It's disgusting, and we're probably going to have to...
You clean top to bottom, and you start at the top, and then everything falls down, which it is. It comes down, it falls down on the floor, it falls down on the bench, and then you clean the floor, which I know I'm going to have to do on my hands and knees. We don't have one of those Swiffers. I don't want a Swiffer because we wouldn't use it that often. It would just get some 409 and paper towels. But this, and as soon as you open your windows, it's going to happen all over again. That's the thing. You got to open your windows because it gets warm out. Today it's supposed to be in the 60s, so we might be able to get by without opening them, but it's windy every day. It's winter to going into spring. Yes, it's early part of May, but you know, the early part of May apparently is still in that transition where it's just windy, windy, windy. And I'm talking sustained winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour every single day. So here we go cleaning, and this is, ew, I don't like this. I'm not a dirty person. We're not a dirty people. The rig is never this dirty. It wasn't even this dirty in the desert.
That's what I was gonna say. All right, y'all, I opened the blind. I'm hoping this shows in. I'm trying to zoom in more. See, I ran my finger through it earlier to do a test of, just so you can see the thickness of this. And as soon as Matthew wipes it on the table, he says it goes everywhere, but the sun's glaring on it now. But I cannot wait till he cleans that window. Oh, he's doing it now. Yay! Look how clean. That is just, and this window wasn't even open, and it got like that. Because this is just a big picture, what do you call this? Fixed picture type window that doesn't open, but yet look at the dirt. on this windowsill. Do y'all want to come boondock with us? Do y'all want to come have a meal with us? Matthew didn't even want to sit at this table having a meal with all of this sand and stuff. And did you say it was going to be even windy today, or was it tomorrow?
Every single day.
All right, y'all. I'm going to give you a tour of our boondocking spot here in Santa Fe. I don't know what kind of trees these are, but they add good privacy because you can see it's a little busy here, probably because we're by Santa Fe. And you can tell when it rains, it gets really ruddy. So it's kind of hard packed dirt. Got the truck parked on this side. Let me walk over here. Here's the road. Like I said, there wasn't many places for us to pull into with the fifth wheel that wasn't ready. This is nice and flat right off the road where we are. We tried to go deeper in, but it starts to get really humpy to get off the main road onto the next dirt road. And this is fenced off because I think sometimes they keep cows over there. And we have all kinds of neighbors here, but we're all kind of spread out pretty nice, and there's trees for privacy. And look at the mountains, y'all. It's got snow on it. You can hear birds singing. Yeah. And this spot was pretty flat too, that we're on right here. We didn't need leveling blocks or anything like that. All right, y'all, here's another view of our spot from this angle, but I want to show you behind me. Here's really bad ruts. So if it gets like snowy here or rainy here, just watch the weather if you come in here, because there are some places, I guess, that are more squishy and not as hard. And we're right off the road right here, so we should have no problem getting out. All right, y'all, here's the rooftop view of our boondocking spot here in Santa Fe. Hello, y'all.
Morning.
Coming to you live from Santa Fe.
Yep, home of the Dust Bowl, because it's always windy around here.
Dusty, and apparently this fence that we're beside is filled with cows, which Matthew got some video of, but they're wrangling, is that a word? Wrangling them up. They're not happy.
They're not happy.
They're pinning them in. They're wallowing in distress.
I don't know what they're doing. It's probably perfectly normal, whatever they're doing. They're either taking them away or they're rounding them up for some thing. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're not happy.
Yeah, so they're very noisy. Like when we got here Sunday, we didn't see any cows for a couple of days, and then we saw 2 or 3. We're like, that's all. And then the cowboys showed up, started wrangling them and stuff.
There's a lot of them in these woods.
But we are going to explore. It's been a long time since we've explored.
Yes.
And the last time we were in Santa Fe was Christmas time. A lot of these hikes were off limits to us because we didn't have the proper shoe gear and stuff to hike in the ice and snow. A lot of the snow is melted. So we're hoping to have one of these nice Santa Fe hikes. We're hoping it works out. The only problem is it's a Saturday. We have a big truck. Is it big truck, big problems?
Could be, because we don't know what the parking situation's like. You've seen some of these trail parking. It's like itty bitty little bigs, so.
There's all the cows. I hope y'all can see between the trees. They're all in different kind of pens and stuff back there. The cowboys are all back there. Sure, this Class A coming up, y'all.
They probably had it.
Because they're probably the closest to all the cowsies. And then there's a Class C over here. Let me show y'all this coming up, y'all. Do y'all see the tent behind the bush? And there's all these cardboard boxes behind it.
You cannot see most of the boxes.
Take the next right onto County Road 62.
And then let's see if the U-Haul's still there. The U-Haul is gone. They had like a U-Haul. No, the trailer's still there though.
They've gotten rid of most of the boxes.
Yeah, they had a lot. So I don't know if
it looked like they were moving out of a house.
Yeah, I don't know if they're moving out of the boondocking spot or moving into the boondocking spot, because you're only supposed to stay 2 weeks, y'all.
You know what, y'all? If it takes you a U-Haul to move out of a boondocking spot, you're not boondocking. You're squatting. You're violating the rules. Don't kid yourself.
Alright, y'all, Matthew's getting on his backpack. We have bear spray because they said there's black bears in the area. And our trailhead starts over there. I don't know if we're going all the way to the top, but you can see how busy it is. Kind of reminds me of the Smoky Mountains. Y'all, you know what I'm most excited about? Look at the pine trees. I have been wanting to do a hike with pine trees since Idaho, and that's my favorite type of hiking trails is pine trees. So when Matthew gave me a whole list of trails, I'm like, I want this one.
Yeah, she picked the one with the pine trees.
What is y'all's favorite kind of trail? Oh, I love pine trees and the smell of them. I just don't like to park under them with the RV and the truck because of sap.
Exactly.
Man, I'm already out of breath. I just started.
On this trail, y'all, it starts off with a bang. It might be hard to tell in video. Up and down is usually not represented too well on the television, but we're going up, up, up. You don't get to ease into this one. It's just as soon as you hit the trailhead, you're just going up. This trail is an all trails designated trail, which means if you look at the trail map up at the trailhead, it might say something different. But this one that all trails has said this is the route. It has two loops. The first loop is skinny because, let me show you. You see this, I'm gonna call it a ravine because I don't think there's water down in the middle, but whatever it is, you come on one side and you go down the other. It's skinny and it has some ups and downs, but it's not even half of the total length of their designated route. So the second part of the trail is a big loop. Think of a lollipop. The stem of the lollipop is also a loop, and that's what we are on right now because we just started. If that's all you want to do, you don't even have to turn around. You get a different view on the way there and on the way back. We're going to do the top of the lollipop too, which is a big round one. And that's where most of the distance is. It's a little further than just the stem. So that's where the challenge comes in.
I'm already challenged.
Because by the time we get there, we'll be tired. And reviews say that part of it may be a little muddy, but we shall see.
We shall see, y'all.
All right, y'all. That first leg, the first loop, the stem, it looks like, as you can tell, seems to be coming to an end. And we are coming up to what I'm guessing is going to be a crossroads where we take the big loop. Where Sean said there might be a view coming up.
Ooh, here it is. Which way are we going?
All right, here's the crossroads. We're going to the left.
He wants to torture me, y'all.
Torture, torture. A little torture never hurt anybody.
See, look down there.
And that's the low road. That's the road you take back.
Yes.
We'll check in with you when we get a view.
Wait. Look at all my trees. I love it.
All right. Who's watching on a big screen TV? Raise your hands if you got a big screen TV. Okay. I can't see you. That was just a test. Look at this. Y'all. This is all kinds of amazing.
I have a, what is it, a PSA?
Yes.
I had to go over a log, and I didn't pick my leg up high enough, and I banged the junk out of my knee, but it doesn't hurt to touch it. It's probably gonna leave like a bruise, but Matthew said, do you wanna turn around? I said no. So I'm just giving you an update. I can put pressure on it, I can still walk, I can still move it, but just be careful when you have to crawl stuff and pick your leg up. Another view.
I was just gonna say that. Look at this, y'all. The good thing about a loop is you keep getting different views all the time.
I can really smell that pine now.
Yep, to all our armchair traveling friends, this is for you. Amazing view. You're looking at mountaintops, pine trees. And what we're smelling are the pine trees, and this part of the loop is amazing.
I want y'all to participate and leave a comment below. How many of y'all remember, it might have come out in the 80s or maybe 70s or before all the fancy car air fresheners, you had the little green Christmas trees that you hung from your rearview mirror. How many of y'all remember that or used one? Or your parents used one?
This smells nothing like that.
Yeah, and did it really smell like a pine tree?
No.
All right, y'all, do y'all want to see our lunch spot today? Y'all are gonna love this. There's Matthew. Let's see if y'all can see what he's looking at. I'll go around from this side.
This is an amazing view, y'all.
Look at that. Give y'all a little 360, pan you around really slow. Don't want to make you sick. There's a trail right there. And there he is, king of the mountain. Did you think you'd be having lunch on the top of a mountain today?
Not with a view like this. All right, lunch is over, and looky, we are getting a view. Oh my, look at this. Looky. This is a view that we did not get when we were in courtside. Holy moly, look at this, y'all. Armchair travelers, switch to the big TV. I'm going to show you what I can of this trail, because the trail is not glorious. I mean, the view is, but the trail is not.
Oh,
this is why I got to go down somehow.
This is one of these trails you go down on your butt, y'all.
Work smart, not dangerous. All right, I'm going to pick up the camera again when I can do this. This is slightly dangerous right here. I tell you, y'all, this whole trail is filled with the views. I would not take this trail in the winter time because it will have a lot of snow and water, and we haven't gotten to the water part of it yet, but there goes Mountain Goat.
This is amazing.
This is amazing.
I think this is like a Kodak moment.
Uh-oh, Kodak moment. All right, we'll see y'all later. Look at this.
Now this is how you cross a creek. They give you a bridge.
Yep, this is a creek crossing in style, y'all. A little waterfall, beautiful sounds. Would you go across this bridge? Wow.
All right, y'all, we're crossing the creek again. Now this is the type of bridge we like to cross. Look how that water is rushing though. Here we go. Kind of feels like a railroad crossing with the boards and stuff. Back into the forest. We really like walking by the creek. There's photographer of the year. I hope he doesn't fall in, y'all, because I have to go in after him. But I wonder if he fell in, would he just keep floating down the creek, or would he get stopped by those branches down there? Leave a comment below. What do you think?
I've got to say, this is an extremely well-maintained trail. They're very, very intuitive. Everywhere you need something, there it is. And look at that. I mean, the wood hasn't even changed color yet. That's two new ones. I don't know if they put it up last fall or this spring, but this is not very old at all.
I was gonna say, I wonder if that was the original creek crossing, that log right there. Would you have crossed that log, Matthew?
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being out in nature and still having a nice touch of civilization.
That would take a balancing act. You want to do it and see if you can cross it?
No, because I'm tired and we don't have a lot of time left in our day.
All right.
It gets dark sooner in the forest than it does anywhere else.
All right, y'all. We're getting close to the end. At least we hope it's the end. And I don't know. I don't want to walk in the mud. Oh. All right, y'all. Can you believe this? We're having to walk in the creek. They made this the trail? Matthew's just going right up the middle.
Y'all, guess what we just walked through? A mountain spring.
We have had everything on this trail. We are not done yet, but this trail might probably make our top 5.
Yeah.
And this is in New Mexico.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, because our perception of New Mexico is, can't wait to get through. It's just more desert, right?
Especially southern half.
Yeah.
Y'all, we did it. We made it off the big loop. And we're back, remember, like a lollipop, we're back to the stem, which is short and mostly downhill. I wasn't sure we'd make it. But we are so out of shape. And thank God we made it. It's been a good hike, and it's all downhill from here.
All right, that's the one we came up on, right? So we go down this one.
We go down this one. All right, for those of you who have been with us for a while, you ought to know by now that the favorite part of every hike of ours is when we see the dark horse standing tall, healthy as can be, and still in our possession. There he is. Excuse the Dodge that got in the way.
All right, y'all, we got done with our hike. We're back at the truck. I'll show you the road. You have to cross this road to get back to the truck, and there are curves curves in the road, so you can't see when someone's coming. But people should know that this is a trailhead, so they actually honked at us because we wanted to cross the road, but they were nowhere near us, but they didn't want to slow down, and they honked at us.
They were not anywhere in our sight when we started across the road, and my feet are tired. I just did a very long hike with a heavy backpack, and I went as fast as I could. I was not trying to be rude, but it's not like I stopped and looked for a twig on the road. But we got honked at. I guess some people are just in a hurry, so I pray that guy gets to where he's going. Lickety split.
Matthew did not get run over from people that don't care about pedestrians, but you said on this mountain road they should really have pedestrian signs with trailheads around.
Because it's kind of a blind curve, and there are trailheads on both sides of the road and parking on both sides. So logic tells me that if you're in charge of this area, maybe it would be a good idea to have slow caution pedestrians ahead, something, people crossing the road, or mark something in the road that says slow down, because honestly, when you get done with the hike that we just did, my feet weren't going any faster. I don't care who's coming at me. So I did the best I could, honestly.
And speaking of that, the last stretch of the trail, there were people coming towards us, and I said, quick, act normal. Don't let them see how
Don't let you see. You said don't let them see our weakness.
Yeah, don't let them see our weakness or how defeated we are.
We just want to be totally honest with you. We haven't done any serious hikes like this in a long time. So, I mean, we're out of shape. It kicked us in the booty, but I'm glad we did it. What about you?
Yes, I'm glad we did it. I hope this means we have more opportunity to do hikes with elevation and stuff, because when you're down in the lower Arizona area, I mean, it's 100 feet elevation. You don't really get much chances to do this type of hikes.
Elevation gain, 2,024 feet. I do not remember what it was slated as, so I'll call that correct because I don't remember. However, they said it was 9.3 miles. Wrong. It was 10.8 miles. And yes, we went a few feet, and I mean just a few feet here or there off trail. Not much. 20 paces or 30 paces here and there. That doesn't equal a mile and a half. So all trails to the rescue. I'm glad we have it. It's better to have it. Download it for offline use before you go. But if it tells you that it's going to be 9 miles, it'll be 10. If it tells you 2 miles, it'll probably be 2.5 or 3. Always bank on, like you're dealing with a contractor. It's never right on the money. So just keep that in mind and you'll be okay. Oh.
Calories.
Sorry. Calories. We burnt each 3,159 calories.
We're gonna see if we love Albertsons or Safeway and see if we can get some chicken or something for supper. Something with a lot of protein, maybe some pasta, I don't know.
We've earned it. We've really earned it.
Maybe Sean can get a dessert.
Let's see what they have.
Welcome to an episode of Where the Bushes Have Eyes.
Y'all, when we go boondocking, we normally have a heightened sense of awareness, right? Because we want to know, we want to make sure that there's nobody lurking around. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You don't want bad stuff to happen. So what's happened here that's a little bit different?
This is like a neighborhood, so to speak. There are people everywhere. People move out, people move in daily. You never know if there's like, you're gonna wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, no one's there. And then you look again, I'm like, wait a minute. And you kind of see something shining between the bushes and you're like.
There's tent campers, truck campers, car campers, van lifers, and RVers everywhere. And I know van lifers are RVers too, but still, there's just to say, and that's fine. That's totally fine. That's great.
Because we're here in Santa Fe.
But we're close to Santa Fe.
Yes.
So these people are like, there's a lot of bushes and there's like every other bush has somebody behind it. But it's just, I don't know. It kind of throws me off up here because we're used to being very observant because we like good security and we like to know who's where. And people, this is like a shopping mall. People are everywhere all the time.
And I don't know how many are really just camping because it's a 2-week policy, or are they homeless? Because we are by Santa Fe. We've seen just piles and piles of trash. It's like, how do you leave that much trash if you were only here for 2 weeks? So, and then we had neighbors who were tent campers and they wound up leaving a couple of days ago. I'm like, okay, because we thought they were going to be here the whole time we did, but they left. And then we left to go to Walmart, and I'm like, there they are. They just picked another bush to go to. So I don't know.
Literally.
I don't know how many people are playing rotating bushes and sites. Are like, well, they said I had to move every 2 weeks. I'm like, that's not what they're talking about.
I remember in Lake Havasu in the Steps. Have you all ever been to the Steps? It's normally a beautiful place, a little trashy, but that reminds me of that. There's a rock wall here, right? So there's a lady, and she happened to be a lady with her camper right here. And partway through our stay, what do you think she does? She starts packing up. We're like, okay, it's her turn to leave. Where does she go? Right over here. 100 feet down, not even 100 feet, unpacked, sets it up, and I'm like, do you think you're invisible? Are you some kind of ninja? Do you not think that they're going to be able to tell? Well, they can't tell because they don't police it, but not very obvious.
So the obvious answer is because we've never been asked, have we? How long I don't think we've ever had a ranger ask.
I don't think we've ever been asked.
When did you arrive? But I have heard that does happen.
Yeah.
So now I think I kind of get it. So if they come up to the tent campers, for example, and say, how long have you been here? They can honestly say, well, we've been here since Friday, right?
No,
I don't know if that's why they do it.
You're abusing the system, man. Just move 25 miles away.
So I have this thing in my head. Did any of y'all watch Mr. Rogers? Who are the people in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. If you're coming from Albuquerque, do not follow Google. That's not a good route to come in. You need to go, because they want to send you over a wash, remember? So you have to go down the main road to the roundabouts and just take the roundabouts and then come in from that way. Come in from the north instead of the south.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I'm trying not to repeat what she said because, I mean, I understand exactly what she's saying because I've seen the map. When you're coming here, check out your maps, y'all. Check your maps, because if they have you, look at satellite view, if they have you going through a wash and you have any kind of trailer, you're going to be hating life because you're going to have to back out. Truck campers, van lifers, you're probably okay, but you're still not going to like it. So do what she said. Look for the exit that has all the big roundabouts and take that one. Do not take the way that they want you to go through the wash, or your day is going to get much worse real quick.
I was doing the route when we left Albuquerque. I'm like,
and the wash is not the worst part of it.
I'm like, well, Google wants us to go through this wash, which is called the Santa Fe River. And I'm like, how dry is it, right? Because I'm not there. I'm only seeing satellite. But then Garmin's like, oh no, you ain't going through the wash, but you're going like, they wanted to send us up into the mountains all the way around because Garmin had this code on it saying you weigh too much to go the regular way. I don't know. We didn't see anything that we didn't go over any bridges. That
Just
confused me.
check. This is one of those places where it's just an anomaly, y'all. Check your route. It's perfectly safe to get here. If you know what your capabilities are and do what she said, check your route. This is just one of those places where GPSs get everything wrong.
So, update on our job situation. I guess more my job situation.
More yours than me.
Kind of Matthew's too.
Yeah.
But, so I think the last update y'all got on Facebook, if you're following along on Facebook, is I emailed my manager, hadn't heard back. Well, she finally wrote back and said, I'm a medical transcriptionist, so we have hospitals that we transcribe for. So those are called accounts. Well, one of the major accounts, she said it was going to go away. So that's basically like you have no job if that goes away, because other companies can outbid us. Like they can put in a lower bid and then they can take that account from us. Well, we did wind up losing one of the accounts I'm on, but she said the major one that she was really worried about, she said, well, they gave us a 2-month extension. So we still have that, but it's probably still going away. I mean, she didn't say for sure, but I'm still trying to find another full-time job. But in the meantime, I did find a couple of part-time jobs that will also give me some income. And trying to find a full-time job is like a full-time job, right? It's just so,
Yes.
You got to do your resume, you got to get your LinkedIn going and your Indeed going and all these other. We've gotten so many great suggestions, and you have to sign up and fill out it's so time consuming. And you also want to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of either, because a lot of companies don't want to pay what you're worth. So
No. And I got a part-time job, and I'm still looking for a better part-time job, even though I do content creation full-time. When she has a part-time job, it's taken away from her doing something else. When I have a part-time job, it's taken away from me doing something else, but it's necessary. You got to do what you got to do. So just to say, we're working our backsides off to try to make the income, but you know, it's a struggle. Some of you know exactly what we're going through.
We want to thank y'all for, giving us job leads,
yes.
Especially the prayers and stuff like that.
So many of you have been praying for us, and we, from our hearts to yours, we deeply appreciate it. Before, we had mentioned in our Facebook post that we might have to go stationary out east, where we're from. We are working on trying to stay mobile as long as we can, so we're still moving, still roaming, slowly. Because the slower you go, a little bit cheaper it becomes. So slowly roaming, but roaming nevertheless. So we'll keep you updated as we know more.
And we read all of your comments. They mean so much to us when y'all reach out and say hello. It brightens our day to let us know that y'all are there, and the prayers and stuff, and we love interacting with y'all through the comments. So keep that up. We love it.
And as a matter of fact, I read the comments when I can. She reads them pretty much at night.
Yes.
And when she's reading them, she really loves when people say hi and say hello.
Yeah, hello and stuff. And then when y'all say that you're praying for us and stuff, especially, I mean, honestly, it's a day-to-day thing, or it could be like an hour-to-hour thing. Sometimes you just really struggle, especially with the job situation stuff. And then when I read that comment at night, I'm like, wow, people are praying for us and stuff like that. That really means a lot to us, y'all. We really
sincerely
mean it, appreciate it that y'all are praying for us. That means a lot to us.
And if you would also do us a favor, along the same veins, we want to know where you're from.
Yeah.
If you're full-time, just say you're full-time. Or if you're from Australia, I know we have people there. And we have people in Canada and all over this planet. So wherever you're from, if you just want to go with the state, the country, the region, whatever makes you happy, just tell us. And we would really be interested to see where our people are.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all watch on TV. You can like our video on the TV, and I think you can subscribe if you're not subscribed. But as far as leaving comments, I think you have to do that on your phone or computer. I don't think they've made it a way to comment on the TV yet.
I don't know. Not on Roku, but maybe some devices. I don't know.